Chapter 6, The Survival Lesson. Next, God the Father brought Father Jose to New York City. God the Father again changed his and Father Jose's appearance to look like ordinary American men so they would not look unusual in New York City. He told Father Jose along the way, "There is so much pain and suffering in this city. It is only by my miracles that children still survive." Then, God the Father showed Father Jose how children were suffering in the city. In one neighborhood, children were running away from a man with a gun shooting at everyone in his path. God the Father quickly rushed in front of the man. Immediately, the man fell on his knees and shrieked in pain and cried, "Most High God, why do you torment me in my place of haunt?" God the Father simply said, "Be gone." A black spirit in the form of a vapor then left the man's body as it trembled on the ground. After a few seconds, the man sat calmly. He was crying and he threw his gun away. As the police started arriving, God the Father and Father Jose left the scene. In a small back alley, there was the sound of a baby crying. As God the Father and Father Jose looked around, they found a newborn baby inside the garbage bin. The baby was likely abandoned by the mother at birth. Father Jose took the baby and said, "Father God, how can a mother leave such a gift from you like this?" God the Father replied, "When the mother is poor or sick, she does this in her desperation. Sometimes, when the mother thinks of the child as a burden to her freedom to choose the life she wants to live, she does this to escape her mistake. Sometimes, when the mother is a victim of violence, she becomes depressed, and she does this to forget what happened to her. It is a pity that people today are no better than their distant ancestors whom they refer to as barbarians. Women, who bear the future of humanity, are badly treated or misguided to ignore the value of the children they are gifted to bear. This reminds me of the Pharaoh who killed so many children from whom Moses escaped and Herod who tried to kill my own son. As my hand protected the children then, so shall I do today and every day." In a grocery, an Asian American child was being beaten up by a gang of older children. He was being wrongly blamed by the gang for bringing the COVID-19 disease into their school. Father Jose shouted at the gang to stop. When they would not listen, God the Father turned all their hands and feet lame, and the beaten-up child was able to escape. God the Father told the gang, "You will be lame for 3 days only. On the third day, you will regain the strength of your hands and feet. From then on, stop your hatred and stop using your hands and feet to harm others. Otherwise, you will turn lame and stay lame as long as you do not abandon your hatred and violence." The gang huddled in disbelief, fear, and regret. God the Father then told Father Jose, "Teaching children survival begins with teaching them that all life is precious, and they are gifts from me to their parents. This will teach them not to abandon their own children in the future. Next, teach them that hatred and violence is like a shadow. When they start hating and harming others, this becomes a shadow that follows them. And this shadow, as it grows stronger, will hate them and harm them. They can only ask and receive my protection for their survival in this world if they choose to leave the shadow and come into my light."